Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen, episode number 828, coming to you live from somewhere nowhere, Mexico. You literally just got to see my room for a second as the camera decided to do a 360 turn for some wacky reason. I know exactly why, because I had it reset on me, but I thought that was sort of hilarious to see that happen and have that go around. It is a crazy day here in Mexico with a lot going on. As you can hear the waves in the background, it is amazing. But today is a day where it feels like crypto Twitter or Twitter in general is sort of making itself a little bit better. And I say this because we see what's going on right now with MIRA. We've seen what's happened in the past week with UFD. And so what's really hilarious is we are in dual spaces right now. We are in Siki's space where we might pause this show to be brought up on stage in that show and sort of talk. And you'll hear, I'll shift my talk, and it's not about me in that space at all. And so, but it's a really interesting piece. But we wanted to sort of show you from a degen perspective, how does one support? This isn't about necessarily scalping profits, but how does one person support positive action pieces that are going on and seeing how that happens? And so what we're showing right now, as you can see, we're back in infinity screen, but we are showing our two sites that we love to do things on. And as you can see, it is a trending token on HawkFi, as well as on HawkSite. I think it might be. Oh, wrong key button. So it hasn't yet populated into HawkSite, but it has on HawkFi, and we see where it's at, and we see the current piece here, 24-hour fees happening, and so that is the 2% pool. So we're gonna go with the one pool. So what we're showing really is how can someone support something like this that's going on, which in and of itself is supporting the MIRA token, and at the same time, look at profits at the same time. And so when you're right now with this token, the way things are being done is supporting liquidity for CK to be able to take profits at some point in that. And so what we're looking at is how to create a position in that. And what we're doing with HawkFi on Meteora is we're doing a gamma position. A gamma, remember, in liquidity providing, you're providing either one side or both sides of a token, and that way there's room for the market to move and trade on it. Now, what we're seeing, as you can see by this chart here, there is a high liquidity of token, not a huge amount of SOL piece. And so that doesn't give the token a whole lot of range of movement. Because there's a high-end piece, we're going with a bid-ask because the price is fluctuating so much. And what we're going to look at right here is we're going to do half our MIRA. We're just going to call that 690. 690. And we know that to be roughly 0.125 SOL. We're going to run that up a little bit to just 0.2. Nope, we're not. 0.135. No. we'll go with 1.5 SOL on that. And that sort of just gives us a tiny little position that's roughly worth around 25, 50 bucks or so. Oh, actually, it's worth right around 60. And that allows us to confirm and create that position. But what that does is it allows liquidity for both sides to move, both on the SOL side and the token side. So we bought half a SOL worth of token. We're putting a quarter of it in Meteora. We've put half of it in Radium, and then we're going to put the other half in a Radium, or the other quarter in a Radium V3 pool. So we'll wait to see this get built out. So yeah. But this is one of those things. This is an interesting take on how to provide a position like this, where we work to sort of provide liquidity, but at the same time, you know, if we wanted to just straight give, we'll donate. But then at the same time, and I think there is a couple addresses we can donate to, both BTC and Solana and Ethereum, and so we'll show you where you can find those addresses, and some really cool stuff is going on there. And you can hear that this bass is running on in the background. We'll see how that. We'll wait for this to work. But this is in my opinion, this is a great way to end Christmas Day. You know, it's a touching story. It's a real story. I know that I had reached out to CK back in September when I first learned of it and everything. And yeah, it's a good thing. Let's wait. We're waiting for this position to go through. I think it's because I have horrible internet. I have like 3 devices right now on Wi-Fi. I have the space, I have this space, and I have this data feed of video, and trying to do wallet things at the same time. Fun times. But while that loads, we'll show Radium. Oh, finally, we'll confirm it. So we'll show what we've done. Here's the liquidity pieces. There we go. 690. Step 2 through 4 are being done now. But and so you can see volume 2.8 million, liquidity 92,000 in concentrated. In standard, there's 1.1 million in liquidity. 90% is locked. And then we see here, if we're looking at all, we can see where a lot of this is. Fees in the last 24 hours. So we've already deposited, as we were waiting, we deposited into MIRA on V2. So right there, we've seen that grow a little bit. Originally that was 98. So we're collecting trading fees on that a lot. So and there's that. So we're going to deposit into this V2 piece. V3 piece. I apologize. V3 meaning we're within the price range piece. So we're going to do a little wider. We're going to do 20%. Then we can see it's about $70 that we're going to put into this. It's going to give us roughly 31,000%. So there, this is how we're putting into this. Oh, cancel. We got to refresh. All right. We're confirming that. Boom. So that puts us into that position there. So this will show up in our book fairly quickly. So MIRA sold right there. Trading. And that sort of we're pulling all of that harvest. We're going to reset this so we can sort of show what that looks like real quickly. We do have a UFD taco. Let's buy some UFD with taco. So UFD was another fun one. We really like UFD. For another 24 hours, like you've been so transparent, you really kept your wits about you and what it's like. I'm gonna spend $1 million. And I think we can buy. Stuff. I think Zeneca and a few others are like you have so much help available to you. So we'll add to this pool as this pool trades back and forth. So that brings that down a little bit as we see a little bit of more taco, a little bit of UFD. And we're just going to swap that back. We're going to add some trading fees into our own pocket between UFD and taco. Even further, and also to raise and also to remind people to get their own children checked out, you know, if they're going through some of the things that you told us about. Beautiful MIRA. I also want to say, I know from the back end, there we go. So there we go. Wallet. They are linked up here on the third pin post. If you scroll across and go down, you'll see those there. You know, people do make profit at Solana. But if you have made money, please simply share the addresses up there. Send a little bit across. It's Christmas time, guys. This is such a good cause. Yeah, I really like this space with Siki and his daughter Mira. It's making me happy. These things are really cool, especially around Christmas, sort of showing where that goes. Sol UFD is down a little bit. You've seen that position move. Our standards. There we go. We see different position pieces move. UFD has dropped a little bit, I think, because people are taking profits and rolling them into MIRA, which is sort of awesome to see. So yeah. Oh. Let's see. Let's refresh this. Filter. Check your network. That's why I brought her up here, because we just hard refresh that. All right. Well, I'm not able to do that for some reason. Get into Ape on this. So we're just going to go to our favorite place, V1, Bird Eye. We'll see UFD. So we've seen 40 million in the last 24 hours. UFD has dropped down to 14 cents right now. And let's go. We'll look also at MIRA and see where how that is doing. 85 mil in the last 24 hours. This is now moved to 4 cents. So we see how this will do right now at a 43 million market cap. So we're seeing a lot of different movements from it, taking profits and everything like that. Let's see how that goes.
I sent him some of my token. My buddy Shaw over at Degen. Somebody saw the post that I shared for coin off MIRA.
There we go. But we see a lot of people buying into this, which is sort of awesome to see. Yeah. This is sort of nice to see, you know? So the other side that we can look at, as we've made this position here, we can view that position. We can see where it's creating and moving. So we're gonna put on auto rebalance, and we're gonna turn off auto compound. Let's see. We're gonna put it at 5% slippage. There we go. And we'll see where our dashboard is for everything else as we wait for this spot.
My well wishes to your family, and I'm so happy that this is happening for you right now.
We'll see.
Thank you. Thanks for all the advice. Yeah, totally. All right, I want to hear from the log because we spoke before. So
there we go. We're checking those positions as well.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah.
I think we're done. We're killing our bandwidth. I think that's where the biggest thing is.
How serendipitous, right? All of this becomes, especially when you work in Web3. And so just wanted to say congratulations, but also I feel like the rest of us have a lot we can prospectively learn from what went right. And also,
we're going to turn off auto compound on that. Actually, we're going to leave auto compounding on.
This intersection of biotech and Web3. But I'll be honest,
so,
two of the issues that we saw, at least early on, was one, obviously, most recent administrations have not been super supportive of crypto, despite the positive benefits, especially in these areas. And then second, I think it's also
Rismus, we are out of position,
challenges are also where
out of range. Since we're under 100, I think we're all Riz. We're going to close this position down.
A lot of technology to help with some of those issues, but it's great to see you guys kind of jump.
No, I can't hear. Well,
sorry again. What was the last thing you heard?
You cut off for about 10 seconds.
Okay. No, I was just saying.
So
you know,
let's
we
close
focus
this
a lot on,
position.
the intersection of biotech and crypto. Two issues that we saw was one, political and regulatory challenges here in the U.S. But then second, also, you got to make good bets on what programs and science can have.
Rismas, Christmas is over, so Rismas has taken its end.
Christmas Day is a great foundation.
And I know it's how we're very like.
Alok,
Alok. Yeah. So yeah, Alok. It's amazing to have him on here. I had no idea he even ran for when this first happened. He's one of the first people I got connected with. After a great introduction to other people involved in the space. So yeah, thank you, and should definitely check out what Alok and Vibe is doing. I didn't even know it was a crypto company, but it is intersecting crypto and diseases and a particular rare kinds. So thanks for opening.
Thank you.
I actually have a question about data sharing. Like, do you plan, or what's the plan for? I know there's not a lot of researchers already in this field, and obviously a lot of people, lots of people want to support. Is there a plan for like real-time data sharing and trying to just put out those breadcrumbs for magic?
Let's see how long this takes. But yeah, we're gonna close this down in a few minutes just because it is Christmas. We're with some family pieces and everything like that. It is an amazing time. Super grateful to be here. So yeah. But I want to thank everyone for joining us. Everyone had an amazing Christmas time. Sorry this isn't going as well because we're using so much bandwidth on different things. We're gonna shut this down, but I want to wish everyone an extremely Merry Christmas. And you know, if you celebrate it, if you don't, if you celebrate something else, there are a few different holidays going on right about now. I want to wish you just a merry day. And this is a great time to be alive. So we're going to end with this. We're going to end with this as we wait for a transaction to happen. I'm sorry. But that is what happens sometimes. And we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. And we hope that, you know, you have a great time. If you ever have any questions, please be careful. There are a lot of Christmas scams going out. People needing help with wallets. Those are 99.99, 100% scams. They're 100% scams. If you don't know them, there's no random person that's going to reach out to you and say, hey, I have $10,000 and I can't access it. I apologize. It is not what's happening. But please be careful. Have an amazing Christmas. Touch grass, touch sand. But we're going to end, as we end every episode, with the same two things. Our words of wisdom and the greatest, worst knock-knock joke on the greatest knock-knock joke on the face of the planet. And that is, you know, a closed mouth cannot be fed, and you cannot feed a closed mouth, meaning if no one knows you're looking for opportunity can never come a knocking. If opportunity does come knocking and no one answers, it's going to keep on walking. With that, I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you tomorrow. But knock, knock. Who's there?